My role at CA is a distinguished engineer working for CA Labs. CA Labs is the research arm of CA Technologies, and as such it means that I'm very lucky because a lot of my job is focused on inventions and innovation and working on new ideas, new patents, but also finding new ways of solving problems that we can fold back into our products. See if those ways work, first of all, and if they do, fold it back into our products and then try to help our products become more competitive in the marketplace. It's hard to be a researcher, specifically for the security unit and working on security, enterprise-wide security research. And since then, I've continued on in that position, building it out, so I'm doing research not just with security, but also in areas of usability, for example, and with other business units working on corporate strategy, and just a number of different areas. All of them being areas that are really interesting to work in. They're always looking forward, looking for the next new thing, trying to determine what new trends might be out there, what technologies we should be looking at, what problems we need to be solving. And it's a very, very exciting position. And as part of that, I end up working with a lot of really smart people and trying to solve problems. And that's how all of my innovations come about. That's where my patent ideas come from, is primarily in working with other people and saying, how is it that we solve this problem? And as we start solving it, as we start talking about it, we come up with new ideas about how to, that other people haven't thought of and that we then want to protect and protect within CA, so that going forward we can use those ideas, show that we're the leaders in this area, and know that no one else can come after us and say, no, we've taken that idea from them at some later date. I have submitted several invention disclosures. I have one patent now that's actually been issued, which was in an area of cloud computing, and that was done with a large group of people back when cloud was very much a new thing. And I also have another, I think 14 maybe, or somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 patents that have been filed. A majority of those have actually been done within the last 2 years. A lot of those came about from working with other people. I actually did one brainstorming session myself and 3 or 4 other researchers from the lab, and just brainstormed, talked about a whole bunch of different ideas, and came out with, I think, 9 different patents out of that 3-hour session, just trying to come up with new ideas and thinking about problems and how we might solve them. One of the patents that was just recently filed, the one I find most interesting personally, and this is one that was done with someone in the security business unit, was how can you do access control, improve access control by taking into account the social context of the person. So for example, if I work very closely with a guy named Bob, and Bob has accessed a particular file, and I've never accessed it before, but I go to access it. Well, if Bob's accessed it, and I worked with him, then it's probably fine. But if Bob has also never accessed it, then it's a bit more unusual. So it might be the case that I have the rights to access that, because typically people end up having more rights to access more files than they really need. But maybe I shouldn't be accessing that. And so you can have some scale of response and say, what is the risk of allowing me that access based on who else has accessed that file, given that I've never accessed it before. In terms of advice for working with, for doing patents and coming up with ideas, work a lot with other people. Just talk to them about what it is that you're working on, or ask them what they're working on, what problems they're having, and as you start talking about it, you'll come up with ideas. And then the second piece of advice, part of that, is file it. Even if you think, well, okay, it's probably been done before, or it's not that good an idea, file it anyway, because it might be the case that it hasn't been done before. It's an incredibly lightweight process, and it's just do it. There's my advice, just do it.